everyone. Today I'd like to cook a very simple traditional South Indian vegetable stir fry, which with the vegetable called Sauropus androgynous. Does that ring a bell? Well, it didn't ring a bell to me right until very recently when I had to do some research. This vegetable in my country, Malaysia, is called pucuk manis or sometimes even ceko manis. And it is also referred to in English as sweet leaves. In my mother language or my mother tongue, this vegetable is called tausa murunga kirei. After doing some research, I believe in Mandarin, this vegetable is called mani chai. Please correct me if I'm wrong. And this vegetable has been a favorite of mine ever since I was a kid, especially when my mother cooked it the way I'm going to cook it now, which is a dry stir fry, typical dry stir fry, South Indian stir fry with the addition of grated coconut. So let's get on to the ingredients of this recipe. These are the ingredients. I would say about a bunch of sweet leaves, that much, and then washed already. This is about 3 little shallots that I have sliced, about 2 large cloves of garlic that I've sliced as well. This is about 3 dried chilies that I've kind of just broken up into little pieces like this. And besides that, I have about 3 to 4 tablespoons of grated coconut. And then, as always for Indian stir fries, stir-fried vegetables, they always have these spice seeds, which is basically mustard seeds, split urad dal, and some cumin seeds. And then I have some salt, some oil, and a little jaggery if you want to. The reason I add it is because although this vegetable has a little bit of sweetness attached to it, my mother used to add a little sugar to it to make it an extra sweet. So that's the way I like it. This is, of course, optional. So yeah. Something that my mom always does is, because these leaves, when you cook them, they tend to clump up. So she would just take like a whole bunch and give it a rough chop. So she'll take a whole bunch like this and she'll just give it a rough chop, so that when you cook it, or rather while you're cooking it, the heat doesn't make it sort of like, all the leaves clump up. So this is what I'm going to do now. I'm just going to give it a rough chop like so. So not all the way, just a little bit. Okay. So to some hot oil, I will add about 2 teaspoons of the herbs, the seeds, and then, now that it's already because the pot was already hot, so now I'm going to add all of this at one go. Give it a bit of a stir. Let it turn a little bit brown, then you can add the vegetables. Okay, I'm just going to let it turn brown. Now the color is a little brown already. I'm going to put in the leaves all at one go and give it a bit of a stir. Just a slight stir. And to this now, I'm going to add the salt and the sugar straight away. I'm going to add about a teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to add the sugar as well, about a teaspoon of sugar. Give it another stir. I'm going to add some water, just a little bit, not too much. I'm just going to cover it for a bit. I'm going to cover it for about 2 minutes. So now I'm going to uncover it and see how it's doing. You see, can you see that the vegetables sort of stick together, even though I have chopped them up a little bit? So if they had been whole, it would have been worse. So now what I'm going to do is add the coconut. I'm going to add the coconut inside. This coconut was frozen, by the way, guys. So I usually buy coconut and then I freeze it. So that way I don't have to go and buy coconut every time I need it. So but it still looks really lovely, doesn't it? So give it a good stir. Once it's a little dry, it's basically done. There you go, guys. Yummy sweet leaves, all done. So there you go, everyone. Yummy sweet leaves, all done. Doesn't that look absolutely yummy? I could tuck into it right now. So remember, guys, that sweet leaves or tausam muruggakkeera has to be cooked before it's eaten because of all the studies and so on that has been done, and the oxalic acid content in these sweet leaves is rather high, so it would be advisable to cook these leaves before you eat. That's it for today, guys. I hope you like this recipe. I hope you do try it at home, and do give me a thumbs up if you like my videos. Please do share my videos as well, and do subscribe. Thank you so much. Here's Shakila Shanmugam signing off. Bye, everyone.